We're getting more updates now coming in after saying that they had no data on the migrant deaths or losses of the jobs that took place during the time of the pandemic. Here's another reply there that has come in the parliament, where the government has now said that the migrant exodus in fact was triggered by panic that was created by fake news regarding the duration of the lockdown. The Home Ministry, in fact, was responding to a written question by the TMC MP Mala Roy on the steps taken to protect the migrant labourers before the lockdown was announced. Now, she was also asked as to why thousands of them ended up walking home post the lockdown and the number of migrants who had died on the way. Responding to this question on the migrant deaths, the Minister of State for Home, Nityanand Rai, said that the data is not centrally maintained. Let me bring in my colleague Afrida on this aspect as well. Afrida, after first saying that there is no data that's available on the migrant deaths or how many migrants really were impacted and what is the kind of assistance that was given to the migrant, there is another statement now coming in with regards to the fact that there were fake news that really created this entire migrant exodus. Tell us about the exact statement that the ministry really made in the parliament in this regard.
Yes, this is a written response that has come on the migrants exodus issue, and quite clearly there have been a lot of flip-flops and a lot of shirking of responsibility as well in a way, because now the government, it seems, wants to pin the blame on the media for spreading fake news which has triggered the exodus. So let's take you through the points made by the Home Ministry in Parliament in response to questions on migrants exodus. Movement triggered by panic due to fake news. So what caused it, what triggered it, the government believes is simply because there were some rumors spread about the lockdown, and that is why this entire exodus happened in the first place. Workers were worried about duration of lockdown and therefore they were making a quick exit. Concern about adequate supply of basic necessities. So there is some admission that yes, there are these concerns, there are these grievances about adequate supply of basic necessities. Prior to this, you would recall that the government was pulled up for the distribution of food grains, which reached only 2.5 crore migrants as opposed to the target of 8 crore. But then the government defends itself saying that they were only meant for those who do not come under welfare schemes. So 8 crore is not a target actually. Only 2.5 crore migrants received the food grains meant under the Atmanirbhar scheme. So there the government also agrees that there are concerns about adequate supply of basic necessities, but says that the centre took necessary measures. States allowed to use disaster funds on the 28th of March. So says that the states also had to do its responsibility. Advance funds released to states on the 3rd of April. So on questions of whether there was enough cooperation and coordination and help to the states, the government maintains that there were advance funds released to the state governments on the 3rd of April. Back to you.
All right, Afrida, many thanks for joining us and bringing us all those updates there in this case.